Hello Internet, I'm the Disney Brain and welcome to the Liv and Maddie review. Last time, we talked about robots and learning the French language. This time, looks like the dream is getting back together. Or will they? And also, Maddie's most important decision yet. Spoiler warnings now, you know the drill. With all that said, let's dive into Dream Rooney. We start things off with Mama Rooney trying to save the music program by recruiting the currently dissolved band, The Dream, which broke up due to some previous relationship complications amongst their members. But Liv has been particularly busy with Voltage these days, so she probably won't be able to make it to the performance. I know a lot of you guys have talked about the previews not always syncing up with the episodes, and I think this is another example of that. The preview for this episode would have you believe that Liv was purposely kicked out of the band, and maybe Andy is still hurt from everything that went down the last time the band was together, so it gives probable cause. But that's not what happens here at all. The Dream wants to perform, but understands that Liv is busy, so they're looking for someone to fill in the void. This has nothing to do with any latent or lingering feelings of anger or jealousy, just a classic misunderstanding. Meanwhile, on the brothers' side of things, Joey and Parker enter one of those keep your hands on the thing contests for a secret prize. Not too much to say about this plot point. They think the prize is one of those ridiculous two-wheeled contraptions that everyone seems to have or want except me, and, of course, their main competition is Artie Smalls. There's a couple of interesting ways the boys try to outplay each other. I especially liked how Artie got Parker eliminated by pretending to not understand Newton's laws of physics. I'll admit it, that would have gotten me too. Well played, Smalls. Well played. But long story short, Joey wins after an ungodly amount of hours, but the prize is, and this is a real shocker of course, isn't what they think. Good old Joe wins a dinner with his mother, the vice principal, and that's pretty much all we get from the Rooney boys this time around. The whole dream plot point gets resolved pretty easily after Willow spills the beans about the specifics of the Andy Holden breakup, but Liv and Holden just dance around like maniacs and everything is pretty much patched up. They even perform a new song at the event near the end of the episode, although I'm not really a big fan of it. The Maddie plotline is a pretty significant one, and something everyone either can or eventually will relate to: college decisions. For rivalry reasons, I'm offended by the inclusion of Notre Dame here, but seriously, if you haven't gone through the process, it can be just as complicated as she's making it, trust me. But her decision becomes even more complex when Papa Rooney throws another option in by offering Maddie a scholarship at the school he's coaching for, giving Maddie the ever-tempting option to be coached by her dad once again. Maddie eventually talks to her dad about the struggle she's going through in terms of choosing which college is right for her, and it's a legitimate concern. Do you follow your heart and go to a place where you'll know someone and be almost sheltered in a way, or risk going to a place further out? For those of you dealing with these decisions, these are the questions you too will have to ask yourself. I personally chose a place far from home in a completely new environment, and I never regretted it, but it's different for everyone. Eventually, Maddie chooses her dad's college. It'll be interesting to see what this means for season 4 of the show, since Maddie, and potentially Liv as well, will be off to college with the Rooney house only occupied by Joey, Parker, and Mama Rooney full time. But that's all speculation, since Disney Channel doesn't really do the whole college thing. In fact, that's usually where their shows end. And that's Dream Rooney. Not exactly a highly complex or analytical episode outside of the very important college decision aspects, but some fun moments. After the recurring complaints I had about the previous 2 episodes, this one was definitely a welcome change of pace. The Joey Parker stuff is fun and had some creative moments. The dream drama is a bit forced and doesn't amount to too much, but it's fine. The college decision aspect of the episode is clearly the most vital part, and it was great to see the show really digging into how difficult the process can be. Although I do wish they would address other aspects of the application process as well, but that's a minor grievance. But when you do go to college, you're committing to it for 4 years and sometimes 6 based on what type of institution you're attending, so it is a big deal. And I've actually studied higher education, so I know in depth about how a lot of this stuff works. A relatively short review this time, but all in all, I think this episode works in a lot of ways and I definitely enjoyed it. I feel like it would have made for a better parallel to have Liv and Maddie both going through the college decision process at the same time, and getting 2 different perspectives on how they eventually decide. I'm not even sure Liv has discussed college with anyone, so there's a potential plot point right there. Does she even want to go to college? Does she want to commit full time to acting? And what are the repercussions of either choice? Interesting questions, but no answers yet. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, help me out with the likes, subs, and share it all over social media. And don't forget to follow the Disney Brain on Facebook and Twitter for updates. Links down below. This review makes Disney Brain video number 49, and you all know what's next. Everything else in the world is secondary until the Lemonade Mouth 50th video special is perfect. Thanks again to all of you who helped me reach this point and get hyped for Lemonade Mouth later this week. Until then...
Hush while the grown-ups are talking, child. Newton said no such thing.
Are you kidding me? Watch. Action opposite reaction. You're out! What? No!
Thanks for the science lesson, youngling.